Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart, joined by Adam Trigger and Dave Koken, both of WagerTalk.com. Today we're talking my alma mater. I handpicked this one because I would love to know what our two experts think about this game. Big 12 action. Baylor fresh off an OU butt whooping, heads to Manhattan, Kansas to play Kansas State, who has looked better as of late. Adam, we spoke about this game for a second last night on the Hustle Pod because our good friend Chris Thurston is a Baylor grad. He and I have a dinner side bet on this game, but I don't think I can get to the window here.
Well, Kelly, my favorite part about this game is that regardless of who wins, I'm getting dinner from either you or Chris. So I'm going to be a winner in this game regardless. But if I had to pick a way to bet it here, I'd look at Kansas State. I think we get caught up toward the end of the season in some of these scenarios where, well, Baylor needs to win to get to the title game, so they're going to win. And I think that creates value on the other side, and I think it's created some value on Kansas State here. I know I'll steal Dave's thunder a little bit, and he can sort of reiterate it, but we've talked on these videos about Kansas State's home field advantage a couple times. Bill Snyder Family Stadium, tough place to play, and Baylor has gone. Both their losses are on the road this year. We can give them a pass on losing to Oklahoma State, but losing to TCU on the road is a pretty ugly loss, and they have to go on the road again here. Baylor obviously wants to run the ball. They have an elite rushing attack. Tristan Ebner, Abram Smith, both stud running backs, and really, Baylor's rushing attack has been outstanding. But I really like this Kansas State run defense. I would say Kansas State's run defense is elite and sort of can neutralize Baylor there. So I think if you can take those two things out of it, assume Kansas State's going to stop the run, all of the other intangibles to me sort of tilt in the direction of Kansas State. I haven't got to the window with this one yet either, but the only way I'd be looking in this game is the home team, Kansas State. We'll call it -1.
Yeah, this is a tough one, Dave, because when it opened K-State -1.5, I was at the Pittsburgh Steelers game with the birthday boy, Marco D'Angelo, and I literally did the eyeballs like, what is going on here? If you asked me prior to seeing that, I would have said K-State probably a 3-point home dog. So really surprised to see the opener here. Now let's pretty much pick them across the board on the WagerTalk odds screen. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, I'm certainly not going to go against Kansas State, if for no other reason. I don't want to piss off the host of this show. Look, I make Baylor 4 on a neutral field, and again, I've said this several times, and Adam just referred to it. I think Kansas State has one of the bigger home field edges in college football. It's funny how that works, because sometimes, the obvious places like Penn State with 100,000 plus, Michigan with 100,000 plus, Tennessee, when Tennessee football is big with 100,000 plus, you look at those and say, well, those are going to be the biggest home field advantages, right? It's not necessarily the case. In fact, I think on a frequent basis, not the case. So Kansas State doesn't sit anywhere near that. But a lot of these places that, no offense, Kelly, but are in the middle of nowhere, they're some of the strongest home field advantages in the country, because everything revolves around the football team there. And the visiting team doesn't send as many people as they might to major metropolis locations. So they're not as well represented. I think that's part of what Kansas State's secret is at home. So I give them a bigger home field advantage. I have a 6-point home field advantage for Kansas State, which means I actually make them about a 2-point favorite in this game. It means it's a no bet for me. But when you factor in the situation with Baylor also coming out of a gigantic win against Oklahoma, I think you can make a case you might add a couple more points to Kansas State here. I think the Wildcats the right side. I'm not playing it, but it came close. Definite lean to Kansas State.
I hope for dinner purposes at the Barry's Steakhouse inside Circa Las Vegas for about 14 people that both of you guys are right. Make sure you guys are following Dave at Dave Koken on Twitter and Adam at Top Flight SI. Also head over to our WagerTalk YouTube channel and check out all of our other videos.